This is the top of the hour. Thank you for staying with us here on NewsNation Now. I'm Nick Smith, and today from Nichole, Berlie. We begin this hour following the latest developments out of this morning's deadly truck attack in New Orleans. According to sources telling our local affiliate, WGNO-TV, the suspect has now been identified as 42-year-old Shamsud Din Jabbar. Police say a vehicle driven into a crowd of people just after 3:15 a.m. on Bourbon Street left 10 people dead and more than 30 hurt. The perpetrator then opened fire on police, hitting 2 of them. Police then returned fire, killing the driver. The FBI is investigating this attack as an act of terrorism. NewsNation senior national correspondent Brian Entin is live in New Orleans with the very latest. Brian, we have been hearing from witnesses all day who have talked about what they saw on the ground, many of them still in shock.
Yeah, people are in shock here, Nick, and you can imagine why. I mean, it's New Year's Day, New Orleans, New Year's Day. You've got the Sugar Bowl here tonight. You've got people here from all over the world, many of them just waking up after a late night partying and realizing that this city is now the scene of a terror attack and that most of Bourbon Street is now closed. Let me show you what it looks like behind me, Nick. They've got at least, I'd say, 6 to 8 blocks of Bourbon shut down right now. This is as close as we can get. We've seen FBI agents walking around, going block to block. I've noticed them looking in trash cans, looking in other cars. They're in their crime scene gear. We saw them wearing booties. And it's a couple of blocks from where we're standing now, where the suspect's car, the white truck, is. And the whole front of it is smashed in. I just walked down there a little while ago. They won't let you close, but you could see a couple of blocks down. It was there on the side of the road. And the videos, I mean, some of these videos that I'm seeing from people in the area who were up on the balconies on Bourbon shooting down when this happened about 3 a.m. I mean, it's just horrific. This guy literally just ran people over at a very, very high rate of speed. The latest from police here in New Orleans, 10 dead. That was the update from a couple of hours ago. These numbers are likely going to change, but the latest is 10 dead, Nick, and dozens of people injured. Many people were told weren't even counted as injured initially because they took their own cars and people drove them to the hospital. But you can just imagine what that looked like as this terrorist drove down Bourbon Street. It was right near Bourbon and Canal Street, just running people over about 3 a.m. And you mentioned it. The latest from our NewsNation sources is that the suspect is 42-year-old Shamsud Din Jabbar. We're working right now to learn more about exactly who he is, what his motivations were. There's a lot of focus. There was a flag, we're told by witnesses, Nick. There was a flag on the back of the white pickup truck that he was driving. And what's interesting is the witnesses here say the police very quickly covered that flag. What is that flag? What does it say? Will that tell us something about what his motivations are? We're waiting to find out. But police say he entered the area around 3 a.m., ran people over. They were quick to call it a terror attack. They say that he had 2 firearms with him in his truck and that there was a shootout with police. 2 New Orleans police officers were shot. We're told they're in stable condition, but we're hoping to get an update on them and the entire investigation coming up soon here from New Orleans Police and FBI. FBI, of course, now taking over the investigation since they're saying officially this was an act of terrorism. Nick?
And Brian, we're understanding that everyone is commending those officers who responded so quickly and how quickly police response was overall as soon as this incident went down.
Yeah, that's what people are saying out here also. I mean, we're told there were about 300 police officers on duty. I mean, it's New Orleans, it's Bourbon Street. They're used to big crowds. They're used to this being a hot spot destination, especially for New Year's and then with the Sugar Bowl tonight. So police response was not an issue from what we're told. I mean, there were police everywhere. An issue that has come up, though, which we're going to be digging into because people are upset here about it, is why the barricades weren't activated. New Orleans has one of the most modern and state-of-the-art barricade systems for Bourbon Street and the area where pedestrians frequent, especially during these big nights like New Year's. Other cities have modeled their barricades after what New Orleans did, and the whole intention of these barricades was to stop something like this from happening, to stop cars from coming in to the areas where the people walk and to stop them from being able to pick up.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.